My 20/M girlfriend 19/F lied, and now I am in a situation I don't know how to navigate and need help. Let me start off by saying I've been dating my girlfriend officially for 2 months and we have known each other for 2.5. Long read, but your opinion would be greatly appreciated and taken in consideration. Weeks ago I decided to have some of my friends and my girlfriend over to drink and hang out. About 8 people in total. Halfway through the night we are sort of scattered out, 2 to 3 of my friends having their own convo and the rest having their own, and my girlfriend and I sitting on the couch with my arm around her with our own convo. She's on her phone when she laughs out loud. I'm curious, so I ask what's so funny, thinking it was a TikTok or something. She says something like, "Oh Liam, her best friend who is a guy, said something, but I think it'll get you mad." I'm confused at first because I wondered what he could possibly say to get me mad. So obviously I ask what did he say, and she says something like he joked and said he wishes he could have seen the nudes I sent you. Previous night my girlfriend was sending me nudes and her mom was walking by her room and saw her, and my girlfriend was embarrassed. I instantly say yay, that makes me mad. Then seconds later I ask, have you and Liam ever hooked up or been anything? She looks me in the face and says no. So I'm annoyed for a bit, but then I let it go and think it's just a dumb kid who made a dumb joke that wouldn't happen again. It gets late and everyone goes home. Once home my girlfriend texts me basically saying Liam was just joking, he would never try to compromise our relationship and I love you. The next day we hang out and all is good, no worries at all. But the day after this I'm at work and around 4:30 I get a text from my girlfriend saying, "Hey babe, I think I may have lied the other night. I didn't cheat or anything, but me and Liam hooked up and stuff a long time ago." I'm completely baffled when I read this and my heart sank and I was speechless and didn't know what to say. I asked her, by hook up and stuff do you mean sex? To which she replied yes. Then I asked how long ago is long ago, and she said 1.5 years ago. I told her I don't think 1.5 years ago is a long time. We go back and forth and she's trying to basically cover her ass and tells me I should trust her and that Liam made a mistake. Still very upset about the situation, we come to an agreement. I tell her I don't like Liam and I'm not comfortable with him or how close they are. She says you don't have to be comfortable with him and I understand why you want me to distance myself with him. 3 weeks later I'm at my friend's house and my girlfriend is at one of her girlfriends' house along with her friend group. I check Snapchat and see she posted a selfie with Liam captioning it "fucked up." I'm instantly like WTF. So I text her and say, why would you post that with Liam knowing I don't like him and aren't comfortable with him? Once again we go back and forth for a day or two and then she tells me it's been 3 weeks, you should be over it, you should treat Liam like all my other guy friends, if you trust me you should trust Liam, you should forgive Liam, people make mistakes, I'm not gonna stop taking pictures with him because he's a friend and I'm gonna take pictures just like I do with all my other friends. Like I said, this is my first relationship and I thought I communicated the right way the first time with my valid feelings, but now she's making me feel like I'm wrong for my feelings. I don't fully trust her and I get a icky feeling when I see or hear this kid's name now. I know for a fact if she were in my position she would be reacting much worse than I am, so I don't know how she could possibly tell me I should be comfortable with this guy. I also want to add that I'm not currently friends with anyone I had sex with, so there is no double standard. I'm also 20. Too long didn't read. Girlfriend tells current male best friend and former FWB about sending me sexual pictures. He jokes about wanting to see them. She lies about their sexual history, then steps all over agreed upon boundaries. Need help. Ask her what would she do if the roles were reversed. For me she is being very selfish and don't respect your boundaries. That is not a joke, he is trying to sleep with her. Man, watch out for red flags. She tried telling me if she were in my shoes that she would trust me and be comfortable, which I know is 10,000% a lie. She would be reacting much worse than I am. Yeah, the fact that she was so comfortable with him asking for nudes is alarming, or the desire to have them. If it's her friend, there should be boundaries. She hooked up with him and still kept him around, meaning she clearly likes him, 1 enough to fuck and 2 enough to be friends. It might have been that their timelines never aligned and that's why they didn't pursue a relationship. Either way, I'd ask her to drop him, and if she doesn't, then you should start distancing yourself and just watch from the sideline, because he is clearly steering that boat. That's what I'm starting to think. They text daily, Snapchat daily, and just the 2 of them were supposed to go to a concert together before COVID cancelled it. If they can do all this and have sex multiple times, why not date? Dude, it's been a month. There aren't even losses to cut at this point. Just take the stuff out of your basket, put it back in the shelf, and leave. I think the biggest issue is that you voiced your feelings and set boundaries which she understood. Not clear whether she actually agreed. Since that wasn't clear, not less than a month later she oversteps the boundaries and tells you that your feelings are not valid, and determines when it's okay for you to be over it. On top of that, she says get used to it. I have a bunch of guy friends. What she is telling you is that your feelings don't matter. I don't know if I would personally still be attracted to someone after being disregarded and disrespected. Leave, man. She's not worth this. A friend of mine, 27F, found my BF, 29M, on Tinder. Throwaway for obvious reasons. My BF and I have been together for almost 2 years. A period of our relationship, almost 1 year, was long distance, before I switched jobs. My BF has a history of depression and sometimes feels distant. He shared with me that in his past this has been a major issue in his life, but he felt that it improved before he met me and that I have been helping him with many things related to it. Last year, when our relationship was newer, he started acting very distant after we exchanged our first I love yous. When I confronted him about it, he told me that that is just something that happens to him and he's working on it. I got upset and shared that I also had some issues and that it triggered me when someone developed something with me and then acted totally different, arbitrarily. He worked on it genuinely since then and there haven't been any such issues. Until about 3 weeks ago he started acting very distant. He almost got more clingy right before, and then little things started to change. He shared with me he was feeling intensely depressed and I encouraged him to get help, as I have encouraged for the last 2 years, a psychiatrist or counselor or both. He constantly says yes but does not follow up. Little by little, he stopped calling, stopped returning my calls, and started hanging out more with friends he's just made. He even made one friend from work and totally disregarded plans we had so that he could hang out with her. I understood this as him needing space, and so I gave it to him and tried to use this time to focus on my own life, to make sure if God forbid we did split, I would have some stability in walking away. My friend texted me yesterday showing pictures of him on Tinder. One of her friends texted her and said she matched with him as far back as 2 weeks ago, and just recognized him. He was texting her willing to meet up and hook up. She checked the timestamps and he was messaging her behind my back while he and I were together. I am in shock. I haven't told him that I know yet, but I asked him where he stands and what he wants, given his recent pulling away. He told me that his relationship with me was the only stable thing in his life and he needed me, and that he would do anything to make it work. I would like to confront him about Tinder, but how do I do that? A part of me is holding out hope thinking that he hasn't been with any other girls, but deep down I know the truth. I also wonder if this is just his way of trying to create space and if he didn't actually act on anything. I am planning to end things but I don't know how, and I don't know if I am ready to hear him deny everything, or to beg to repair things. How can I confront him? Should I give him a second chance? He has made it clear through speech that he deeply loves me and values our relationship, but his actions have begun to show otherwise. Is it worth sticking around to see if that will change? Too long didn't read. BF acting distant, has a severe depression history and refuses to get help, now is on Tinder willing to meet up with other girls. Something similar have happened to me. It was before Tinder but I found out it didn't really happen if he sleeps with anyone else because, on my mind, he was no longer the same person. I no longer trusted him. You should just pack your stuffs and leave. Why becomes his side chick? You know the saying, Talk is cheap and actions speak louder than words. Making it clear through speech that he deeply loves you means nothing if his actions show otherwise. No pit not run the hell away. When someone shows you who they really are, believe them. You're young, can find a person to treat like a queen and with respect leave him. You confront him as you're leaving him. No second chance. No arguing, just break up and block. He's a lying scumbag. I think most comments will agree. If you confront him, the most likely reaction will be deny or ask for forgiveness and try to change for you. If there's two things I've learned, it's people don't change for anyone but their own self. And number two, to stand your ground and leave no matter how they feel or react. It's your choice to forgive, but it's also your choice to leave. Personally, I've been there. It's very unsettling and painful. I gave someone a chance and honestly, I'm glad I left after giving them a second chance. I wasn't happy until I left. Actions will always speak louder than words, but it seems we choose to go for the thing that is clearly audible and not perceive their actions as such. Too long didn't read, confront and ask. Give them a chance to say their piece, but it's not worth a second chance. Confront because you need closure. People do not change immediately. Maybe generalizing, but that's what I've noticed. Don't stick to see change because you will not see it. Imagine trying to see the moon move across the sky. Constantly looking at it, you will not notice until you leave and notice another time around. Just my 2 cents. I, 38M, want to divorce my wife, 33F, of 3 years. My wife has an anxiety disorder. She has never received treatment or meds. Over the past 1.5 years she loses her temper easily, and when she does she'll tell me I can divorce her or that I am free to go. She also curses at me. Well, fuck you then. Later she comes back crying, apologizing, explaining she thought I was going to leave her. She's done this one too many times and I'm done. She's completely broken my trust in her. Now she's started therapy and is saying she is working on her issues with fear of abandonment, shame, and rejection and wants another chance. I don't believe she is capable of changing. I'm feeling guilty about leaving without working to resolve our issues, but also don't want to be fooled. What to do? Can people change this behavior? Doesn't this warrant a divorce? Our wife has anxiety and anger issues. I want to divorce her because of it. She has just started treatment and wants to prove she can change. Don't believe she can and wondering if I should proceed with divorce. If you're invested in the marriage and want it to work, I would work with her as long as she is working on bettering herself. I understand that you have been waiting for her to get help and are frustrated, but it seems a waste to throw in the towel just as she starts getting therapy. You can do whatever you want really, but people absolutely can change, especially if they are motivated, to which it seems like she is. Further, if she'd never been treated for this mental illness before and now is, it's highly likely she will change. People can change their behavior. If she's never received treatment or medication for it, then I think you should give her a chance now that she's actually getting it. I'd suggest maybe going to a session or two with her, talk to the therapist about your concerns. It's always nice to have a third-party mediator, and I think they could help you rebuild your trust together. Try to go to the next one if you can, especially if you're feeling like this. Thanks for the advice. Attending one of her sessions is a good idea. If she's said she'll change before with professional help and hasn't, leave. If this is her first time she's gone to a professional and really tried to work on the marriage, give her a chance. You may find the woman you love again, but at the same time don't be taken for a ride either. Give her a chance, but warn her that you will leave if it doesn't work out.